Well, hello everyone. Just kind of real brief introduction. My name's Justin, and I'm the owner of two sublimation companies, which upon an image, which that there, I my website set up for you to go as a consumer to purchase and actually customize your own items. Then I'm also the owner of Cahoots Inc. And that there is pre-made products where I got mock-ups, templates, however you want to look at it, those right there for that there, already pre-designed to where you pick out what you like and it's perfect. Well, some people say, well, why'd you do two different companies, two different websites? Here's the reason: is as the customization site, that part of the software takes up so much of the server that, in a nutshell, that part of the server, it takes up so much of it that to go and make it a combined site was going to cost about $500 a month. I also own a carpet cleaning company. So I'll kind of get into a real quick, real quick. I am a carpet cleaner by trade, got into this by kind of accident, and actually fell more in love with this than I did carpet cleaning. Um, so what sublimation is a dye transfer that takes ink that you print, specialty ink, which, just so you guys are aware, I'll tell you the brand that I use and I love, Cosmos Ink. This is what they're for the Epson workforce printers. This is actually what the bottles of 100 mil look like for the blue. I also got a bottle of 500 of the blue over there, and then a bottle of the 500 of the red on the way to me. So, um, but what is sublimation? It's a dye transfer that allows you to transfer the ink that you print through your Epson Workforce printer, or that's what I use. I have an Epson 7720 that has been converted over to a uh, converted over so that it can be used for sublimation. I can print up to a 13 by 19. And if you're going to get into this, I highly recommend in the beginning to decide what type of material do you want to offer first. If you want to offer just t-shirts, I suggest getting the a 13 by 19 printer, something that can print 13 by 19. If it's a Sawgrass or the Workforce 7720, 7710, something that can print 13 by 19. Because a 13 by 19 is almost a full front shirt on up to, I think, extra large almost. I'm pretty sure on that. If you want to do nothing but drinkware, then you need something that can do at least, for the most part, you want to do something that can do up to a 8.5 by 14, depending upon the size of the drinkware that you're doing. Here is a tumbler that I did. I did this for myself. I know it's backwards for you guys, but this is I actually did for myself. And then here's another one that I did, just so you guys can see. Um, it's Top Grinch. It says Top Grinch on the naughty list. Really, really nice 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I'll tell you right now, your customers will be very, very impressed with these. You can get them with either metal straws or plastic straws. Um, I also sell the blank material, but I'm going to tell you right now, with the way that the industry is going and has been going for like the last 6 months, you're better off going to Alibaba instead of buying from someone like me. You're better off going to Alibaba, finding someone that has a U.S. warehouse, because these U.S. or these Chinese companies, and just so you are aware, every single item that we or use for sublimation is made in China or Pakistan or overseas. We do not manufacture any of it here in the U.S. as far as I am aware. So basically, what I'm getting at is decide what you want to do. So if you want to do drinkware, I suggest doing coffee cups and tumblers. Those two right there, the coffee cups, the 11-ounce coffee cups, and the 20-ounce skinny tumblers to start off with. what I would suggest buying, depending upon what type of market you're going after. If you're going after commercial, then you want to have at least, at a very minimum, two of the double cup coffee presses, and one tumbler press. The double cup coffee presses are about $240 ish last time I looked on Amazon. Very reasonably priced. I've got three of them, and I've got a tumbler press. And if you're going to go after commercial, I would also highly recommend at some point in your journey buying a pen press to do ballpoint pens. In the carpet cleaning industry, I gave away a lot of coffee cups and pens and magnets and business cards. If you're going to do, if you want to do it all, like me, where I do a lot of T-shirts, I do a lot of coffee cups, I do a lot of tumblers, I do a lot of puzzles, I do a lot of mouse pads, I do a lot of wall clocks. I have to look over every once in a while to see what all I have over there. But these are the aluminum business cards. I used to buy them from Alibaba, but I found that actually Amazon is cheaper on them. They're for 100 of them, they're like $22. They're not that expensive. You can get a good deal on them sometimes, depending from the seller. And if you're going to do magnets, all you do is I use these here, and I take and buy these on Amazon as well. I buy like 1,000 of them for roughly, I think, $50. They're not that expensive. You take the business card magnets, the self-adhesive ones, and you stick it directly in the center, just like so, and you just cut off with an X-Acto knife. You cut off the excess stuff after you do your sublimation for a one-sided magnet. So that's kind of how, or you can buy pre-made magnets. That's just the cheaper route to go if you're looking for good quality as well. So that's kind of the background of what sublimation is and how I got into the industry. A little brief, keep it short and sweet. But guys, sublimation you can make with these tumblers. These tumblers cost me about $5 a piece, and I sell them for between 15 and 20. Most people charge between 25 to 35. I charge between 15 and 20, depending upon how much detail I'm going into. If I'm doing a full custom design, then it's in the $20 to $25 marker. If I'm using my pre-designs, that's why I have that extra site. All my designs are going on that. Matter of fact, it's just being built. It's being in the process. I get a wonderful lady that's doing this for me. She's putting everything on at a really, really reasonable price. So those right there will be all pre-designed. That's why I do a pre-designed site and a separate company, because they're pre-designs and then there's custom, two completely different price points, two completely different atmospheres, and two different markets that you're going after. I'll give you kind of a real brief look at my office. As you can see, up there is a workbench. You go over there, there's my double cup presses. And by the way, down there is another one, and then right there is my ballpoint pen press. And then if you look over there, which I don't know if you can see it or not, I'm trying to focus the camera. If you look over there, there's a 12 by 15 press. I have a 16 by 20 on the way. There is my shipping table. And then if you look over here, this is what my Workforce 7720 looks like. There's my computer with my external hard drive connected with all my pre-made design files. And then, of course, you go right here. And then that is my blanks. All my material that I'm using is right there. Paper on the top shelf, as you can see. There I got all the different sizes. You got some wall clocks there, some coffee cups, tumblers, puzzles, mouse pads, koozies. And over in that corner right there is some bath mats sets. I haven't ever got a chance to try them yet, but I'm working that way. So, as you can see, everybody asks me, or everybody says that this could be Everyone says this can be a money pit when you first get into it. It absolutely can if you don't do it right. I had a lot of problems when I first got into the industry, and I had a lot of learning curves because I came from a background in a completely different industry, completely different, viewpoints, different price structures, different everything. Um, I had to learn real quickly, and I made a lot of mistakes that shouldn't have been made. But the good thing is those mistakes were learned, corrected, and will never happen again. The double cut presses, I really recommend those, and the tumbler press. I would really recommend getting one of these workbenches. I got mine on Walmart.com. It was roughly about $200 for that, and they are a pain to put together. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a really sturdy workbench. If you go with those plastic ones like that, what you'll have happen is the heat from all your presses and everything will actually sink in the top of it, and you'll actually ruin the table, and you're wasting your money. You get a workbench or a hardwood, wooden table to put everything on. You're not going to have to worry about that. But I'm going to start doing these probably once a week. I'm going to start doing, videos of how to do stuff. The first video, I'm working on some projects right now. I got a really, really high-end customer. I got to get their approval, obviously, to show you how to do this stuff because his contact information is on there. And I don't know if he's ready to go public with the information that's the reason for him making the stuff. He ordered 1,100 front and back business cards, like I showed you, 300 mouse pads, and 300 coffee cups and 50 tumblers. All for one order, roughly about $5,000. Now, the cost behind all that is roughly about, out of a $5,000 order, is roughly about $1,700. So you spend $1,700 to make $5,000. It's going to take me about 3 weeks to do his whole order. And I know the profit ain't there for the amount of time that you're there. But I'm also doing this by myself, no help. As of right now, no help anyways. I can do 4 coffee cups every 320 seconds. The tumblers, it is 35 seconds or 330 degrees for 35 seconds. Then you turn it 180 degrees and run it for another 35 seconds. And then each tumbler is done. So 70 seconds total to do one tumbler. He bought 50 of them at $15 a piece. So that's $10 a piece in profit. $10 a piece in straight profit. And that's times 50. So that's $500 right there, just in the tumblers alone in profit. He bought 300 mouse pads, and those cost me for 400 because I bought 400, so have an extra 100 was $272. He paid $4 a piece on those. So do the math. That's approximately about $1,100 to $1,200 in profit. Just right there. Those take 60 seconds a piece to make. So every single time I hit my press, I'm making $4 minus the cost of the mouse pad. Pretty good profit. Then the coffee cups. My price, I've got a negotiated price with my supplier. They are stateside. Really, really good company. I have nothing but good things to say about them. I think it's $1.39. Let me check real quickly. I think it's $1.39 a cup. I'm almost sure that's what it is. Just give me a second. Let me get in here and billing information, account information. Anyhow, they're like $1.39, I believe, a cup, but I got to order at least 36 at a time. And I have nothing but good things to say about them. I just found the invoice, so yes, they're $1.37 a piece, not $1.39. $1.37 a piece comes with the gift box. Um, very, very, very good. Where did you guys go? There you are. Very, 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 very good. They're $1.30, $1.37 a piece. I sell them for $3 to $5 a piece. But I sell them when I sell them at that price, I'm selling them as a minimum of 108 cups. So you take, at $5 a piece times 100, that's $500, and then you minus your $98. So you're walking away with $400 in straight profit. The paper I've got negotiated down as well at 6.5 cents a piece. I buy that by 210 sheets at a time. So I always have the paper in stock. As a matter of fact, I think I just ordered like 1,300 sheets of it because I want to make sure I don't have to worry about it for at least 4 months. I suggest when you first get into this industry, you figure out what you want to do to start with. If you want to start off with drinkware, start off with drinkware. Start off with tumblers. Tumblers and coffee cups is what I would start off with. I start off with everything in that first card I showed you. You got plenty of room to put it on a workbench or a table like that. And, you start off with something like that and a small printer. You can go and buy I think it's 2720 or 2620 or something like that. Start off with one of those. They're a couple $100 for the printer. But you can go and buy like the 7720. I paid like $349 for it. So it all depends upon your preference. If you just want to say, screw it, buy the best printer, biggest printer you can at the time, go to 13 by 19 printer right off the gate, and you're done with it. But I would say have a 12 by 15 swing away heat press if you're doing t-shirts, and also have a 16 by 20. I just got my 16 by 20 or a 16 by 24. But if you're only able to print, here's what I say. If you're only able to print a 13 by 19, you don't need to spend the extra $150 to $100 to get a 16 by 24 versus a 16 by 20 because your print size is only 13 by 19. That's maximum print. You can't go any bigger than that. So it defeats your whole purpose of getting a bigger press. Unless you're going to get into doing vinyl, that's a whole nother story. But for sublimation, you really don't need any bigger than a 13 by 19 unless you got an industrial printer, which is like, $10,000, close to it. Or you go with and then you have to go with the industrial heat press. That's $5,000. So, it's a whole other ballgame when you get to that level. But for a starter, all you need is, or you can do both. My equipment, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000, 1,300, approximately $1,300 to $1,500 in material or in equipment. It's what I got, $1,300 to $1,500 in equipment. Then after you get the equipment, let's say that you have $3,000 to invest in this. Buy all the equipment, buy 2-cup presses, buy a tumbler press, buy a 16 by 20, buy a 12 by 15 heat press. You don't need the pin press right away. You start getting, a lot of commercial clients, then I would suggest at some point getting one. I deal primarily with commercial clientele. So I'm dealing with a lot of businesses to business sales. So that's why I actually got that as a Christmas gift for my mother-in-law. That's why I wanted one, and she ended up getting it to me for Christmas. I also suggest having a Shopify site built or a WooCommerce, either one. I actually got one on each platform, and having someone build it for you. That way you have it done the right way. You got everything keyed in, tuned in. Shopify I would definitely use for your pre-made products, stuff that you've already got designs for. or you've designed. And if you have designed, if you are a designer, I suggest getting a mock-up off of Etsy. You can buy a t-shirt, tumbler, whatever type of mock-up, put them on a mock-up, put them on your Shopify site, and sell them as a finished product. That way, when someone puts an order in, you know what you're doing. If you go with the customization where they can do whatever they want to on your site, then you're going to have to go WooCommerce, and it is a little bit more expensive. That website for me to have built was $5,500, and I actually got a good deal on that. My WooCommerce site, you can get them built for anywhere from $80 to $500, depending upon the developer that wants to, that's doing the work for you. So that's where I would put your money. Is I would put it to where it's going to benefit you as the business owner and which direction you want to go. My name's Justin, the owner of Wish Upon an Image and Cahoots Inc. If you have any questions, you can hop on either site and message us directly, or leave it in the comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Within 24 to 48 hours, I'll respond back to you. Or you can look us up and give us a call. My number is 515-664-7124. I am here to help in any way I can. We are also going to be offering, just so you are aware, we're going to be offering workshop classes where you can come in and actually learn how to do all of this very, very shortly. I'm going to wait until after the winter comes because Iowa winter is kind of horrible. I'm going to wait until after the winter to launch that and have that kind of a fall, summer project. Right now, I've gotten it opened up for couples date night to come in, and each for $100 they come in and they get to each make a cup for their partner, each get to make a t-shirt for their partner, and each get to make a tumbler for their partner and do it together as kind of a couple dating night. I haven't came up with a name yet for it, but I'm thinking crafting with your. I was thinking crafting with your bestie, but at the same time, that kind of goes into crafting besties paper. So I don't want to do too much, trademark get into trademark infringement with them and a battle with them because they are a very, very good company and they have good quality product. I just don't want to get into people thinking that that's why we chose the name, So I'm looking for a good name. If you guys got any suggestions of what we can call it, leave it in the comments. I'm always up for suggestions. A friend of mine is actually the one that came up with this idea. I was going to do a workshop where people came in and paid to make stuff like I suggest, like I was telling you. But instead of doing that, he has suggested, well, why not do a date night, kind of like wine or pottery and wine. I mean, it's getting really big across the country. This would be nobody's doing these type of classes. It'd be really, really, really good. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. But kind of been rattling on. We're at 23 minutes. So I'm going to kind of shut this off. I appreciate you guys staying tuned today. Like I said, again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My name is Justin with Wish Upon an Image, Cahoots Inc. And if you are in the Des Moines area and you need your carpets cleaned, give me a ring. I also do carpet cleaning as well. Have a good day.